Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a very special video, with a very special announcement. Now, as you may or may not know, I just finished the ADL, tragically not making playoffs due to some questionable luck. However, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about something far more interesting. Now, immediately following that, during the offseason, there was an announcement for a duos draft type tournament thing. And me, I wasn't going to compete. But then I get a very sinister ping from one of the greatest members of all time, from one of the greatest teams of all time, the Bussin' Burmies. And so for the duos draft, I have partnered with SirKill. Go ahead and say hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Have a great one. However,
It's it's 9:30 a.m. over here.
it's 7:32 p.m. over. You know what?
That's great. Our
Yeah,
time zones are bad.
yeah, we have very bad time zones. But we're here to go over the drafts we picked out. Now, as you guys know, right? Last time, if for the draft analysis, I built the greatest team of all time. Then it got fixed because it actually wasn't, and the new team was the greatest team of all time. This, this might be in contention for the actual greatest team of all time. And
I'm so
so,
fucking excited, man.
yeah, this is a very impressive team. I can't lie. Um,
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'll just clarify. When he says like a duo season, it's like two coaches they go and call and they ghost each other. It's gonna be still 6v6 regular draft, so no doubles
Oh
nonsense on
yeah,
this
yeah.
channel.
None of that stuff. If you like doubles, click off the video. That's all I can say to that.
Uh, we
Anyway,
love you so much,
we
trust
love
me.
you
We
still
love
too.
you.
I see you guys, but don't worry. We're not going to be talking about any of that stuff today. In case you're sensitive. Trigger warning.
Yeah, we'll kick your ass in the regular season anyways.
Yeah. Hopefully. So,
Hopefully.
uh is there any other Bus and Burmy teams other than Silverstrong and Hero?
Oh, there's Vex is with Celestial and
Okay.
Papio is with Wishes.
Yeah, okay, so guys, we all paired up. Like we're all kind of paired up together. Um, what's interesting is we had the actually this isn't very interesting, but we kind of had a bad pick. Not a bad
We
pick,
were,
but
we were
we
like
wanted
11 out
stuff.
of 16.
Yeah, we
Yeah, it
wanted
was.
something that was like, it'd be sick if we got, but it didn't happen because never lucky. And so we were forced to play with what we had. And well, you
Yeah.
actually, you know what? Go ahead and break down the first pick for us.
Oh,
Miguel.
yeah, yeah. So I'll just break it down before. So we're like, okay, yeah, we got 11th pick. We're like, oh yeah, we can pick like Groudon, Sun, Groudon because Groudon's a really good mod. It does a lot of really good sets, and I got ratioed by Groudon in the regular season as well. But besides that, we're like, oh yeah, 11th pick, Groudon's gonna fall to us. We can pair it with Flutter Mane and all that,
Yep.
and that we can just make a busted Sun team, right? But then draft moves along, and there's been like people are picking. There were picks that went in parts where they shouldn't have. So I'm like, I'm just looking. I'm like, bro, we could actually get a pretty busted mon at our place. I was looking for Xerneas actually, but I think two picks before us, Xerneas went. But that is okay because we got the legend, the OG Uber itself, Mewtwo. I still cannot believe we got Mewtwo 11th pick. I was talking to a friend of mine. He's like, "Who the hell did you pay off just so that you can get this thing, this late?"
What a
It's
funny dude.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah, this mod is so good. Holy shit! Yeah, go
definitely a
on.
great pick. I've never used it, so I'm quite excited to use it. I've used Mega Mewtwo Y in the past before, and my
Uh
experience
huh.
with that was pretty good. However, I think this is I don't know if it's a me thing. Like I said in the other video, I don't know if it's a me thing or if it's like just a general rule of thumb, but your Uber not holding an item is crazy difficult because when I use both Latias Mega and Mega Mewtwo Y, the no item like super constricting. And so I'm really excited.
Uh, yeah, your Uber. Yeah, definitely. I think your Uber must be pretty freaking broken if it's if like its item is allowed. So for example Mega Gengar, right? Like it has Shadow Tag. That thing just forces prep on its own, like so in those cases you can justify the item slot. But yeah, I mean, not being forced into an item is so good.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're actually
um
because we're the 11th pick, right? We're pretty close to getting it. We're not the wheel, right? But we're close. Not a lot of things have to go before it's our turning in.
yeah.
And
Oh, we
so
didn't even say what this thing does. Do we need to talk about it, or
I most people know, right?
I mean,
Um,
this thing does everything. You don't
yeah,
even bother. Don't
yeah,
even bother going through the list. This thing, like the one thing it couldn't do before was like it couldn't hit some steel types because like it couldn't KO some steel types. But yeah, this gen they gave it freaking earthquake and earth power, so that just fixed like its only problem. Nasty plot is so good. Got it last gen. You don't. A lot of times you don't even need to run special attack investment. You just run speed and bulk. You plot up and you just win the game right there. And oh yeah, I heard people like checking their Ubers using resist berries, right?
yeah,
Do you know they cannot check our Mewtwo with resist berries, by the way?
yeah.
Because yeah, your resist berries are freaking useless against us. I know there's someone's gonna forget about it this
Hope
season.
well
I
now
can
that you've
feel.
brought such brilliant attention to it in the prep, which I know they're watching, they're gonna be like,
Let's see.
"Don't worry,
I
they'll
mean,
forget."
this is a real test, right? We're gonna see if they did their homework.
That's true. If you've watched until this point, if you watched how many minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the video, type unnerve in the comments to see the watch time if you made it 6 minutes in. Anyway,
But no, this mod does everything. Like you can just run it however the frick you want it to,
yup.
and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can
and
take our next pick.
what's great about it is, oh, sorry, one more thing to add is both of us are pretty flexible players. We like things that give us more options if we can have it. And so you'll be seeing some of the craziest mute sets of all times, I'm telling you. Like, well, don't,
Mm-hmm.
I want to spoil anything, but let me tell you something. Just be prepared for whatever because it'll happen for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Exactly.
the next pick, things go by. I don't think we got sniped at this point. Oh, fun fact:
Mm-hmm.
Mega Mewtwo Y went right before this pick. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was kind of a crazy situation to be in. Like having the Mewtwo Y go right before real Mewtwo. What are your thoughts on that?
And yeah, no, it was Mewtwo Y without plot, which is what perplexes me. If it had plot, I would understand because Mewtwo Y with plot is busted. But that's with a plot ban. It has its own upsides, like it has a better speed tier and all that. But again, like no item is pretty restricting for it. So yeah, just being able to get Mewtwo, which I personally find it to be a better mon, is yeah.
Yeah.
We both got scared. We looked at the draft and we were like, oh, holy shit. Okay, okay, we're good, we're good.
Yeah, yeah. Because I saw it on my phone. I saw the Mewtwo, and I was like, no. But we're fine. But yeah.
We had
Anyway,
backups anyways.
yeah, we did have a few backups. But anyway, the next pick comes around, and we need a few things to take care of, and we can't pick any more Ubers because you have a maximum of 43 points to pick Ubers from, and so because
Mm-hmm.
Mewtwo's in the top 25 points, worth 25 points, we can't pick up any more Ubers. So we moved down one tier, and it had made it all the way back to us, which I thought was pretty crazy. But we ended up picking um, Garchomp for our second pick overall. Um, I've used Garchomp on the channel before if you've been following, and I love this guy. Especially later on, you'll see that there's stuff that can take the pressure off of Garchomp needing to perform offensive or setup or anything. And so the realistic chance we can bring Tank Chomp to every game is always there. Like it's always going to be serviceable as a defensive guy. It's always going to be there as a strong setup guy. It's always going to be there as a potential scarfer. 102 is great for beating out all the 100s. 130 is amazing, right? SD, the loaded dice buff to what's the move called?
Skill shot.
Scale shot is crazy. We got spikes this generation as well. It keeps toxic, which I think is a little bit undervalued. Like stuff having toxic this gen, especially because the newer guys.
No, I mean we're doing like that X draft, right? So it has toxic from like before the
Oh,
gens,
true, true,
basically.
true, true, true. You're spitting.
Yeah,
Forgot the rule
that,
set,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I drafted without knowing rules, but it's fine. Simply not a problem. But
It
yeah,
has power gem, yo. That's
it
fine.
does. It gets power gem. It gets. You guys have seen me use Garchomp before. I've gone over a bunch of different sets. It's very fun. You'll see with the rest of the build that it really slots on as kind of whatever, which is what Garchomp does best, is kind of doing whatever it needs to for the week. Whereas Mewtwo is kind of always going to be playing a more offensive role, even though it won't be, trust me. Garchomp can do really whatever it wants, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah, we can just put it as the last one depending on the team, and
Yeah.
we're pretty much done.
Yep.
It's very surprisingly bulky. Like, what's his bulk? I think it's like 108, 95, 85.
Yep.
Yeah, like that people don't realize how bulky this thing is. So
Hmm.
you can EV it to take hits very, very easily. Yeah. Very happy we got Chomp. I think that pick was super, super nice, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna name these guys off screen or keep them on screen?
Nah, we'll name them at the end.
Okay. That's. Oh, yeah, I like that better. I
Yeah.
like that better.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll just name them at the end.
Anyway, there were quite a
Uh,
few sinister snipes that happened. Would you like to tell them
yeah.
about it?
Yeah, we were like, okay, we got Mewtwo, we got Garchomp, we really, really, really wanted Mega Scizor. We're like, if that mon makes it back to us, that will be perfect because it gave us U-turn, it gave us defog, it's got close combat now, it got so many great buffs, and it's like it's a really good check to Xerneas and Ubers. Xerneas has checks, but you have to play very carefully with them. For most of them, and Scizor is like one of the few that actually you can be a bit more brainless with. But besides the point, we definitely, yeah, I think Scizor just went. We kind of half expected Scizor to go, but I
Yeah.
mean, what can you do, right? So,
It's tough. Scissor lasting to the middle of the third round is quite, it's quite a wishful
Yeah,
state to be
that
in.
would have been busted.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would have been really cool.
But it would
But
have been
yeah,
great.
yeah. But then we were like, okay, we want to fix the fact that we don't want a team with like 11 mons that are grounded and we just get ratioed by something clicking bandit or quick or something versus us. So we ended up getting Zapdos, which is another really good mon. Have you used Zapdos before?
I have used Zapdos before, yes.
Yeah, this mon is incredible, right? This,
Mm-hmm.
if you want, it got, did it get, what did it get this gen? I completely forgot. I don't think it got anything of note, but it's got like U-turn, and well, U-turn's huge because a
Yep.
lot of electric types don't get their pivoting move is Volt Switch, but just being able to momentum up on grounds is huge. Roost is amazing. Static is awesome.
Yep.
Like if you're playing versus very like physical mons like Scizor,
Mm-hmm.
just being able to chant statics is awesome. Discharge, yeah, just another mon that can be built for the situation. Really, it will be more so defensive. It fulfills defensive roles in my opinion better, but it still has base 125 special attacks, so it still hits hard. I think it's tied for like the second strongest hurricane or
Yep.
the strongest hurricane. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
I mean definitely. Like this is see Zapdos is yeah, like you were saying, it's another one of those sleeper versatile mons where it kind of does a similar thing as Garchomp in that it can play offensive or defensive. Obviously, it does tailor itself a bit more defensive, but this also is like if we encounter a rain team of any kind, Zapdos is an automatic threat to them. Like they have to be more
mhm.
careful about their because we can just bring those out and we have Weather Ball, Hurricane, Thunder, all that stuff, right? And so yeah, a very simple mon. Like it's not anything like mind-numbingly like complicated. However, it will do its job quite well, and it gives us our first defogger,
Yeah.
which is great.
Also, electric flying is a top tier typing. It's
Oh
one of my
yeah,
favorite typings in game.
yeah, almost as good as Emolga.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Emolga was taken. Anyway, moving forward to the next pick. And so at the beginning of the draft, after we got Mewtwo, my mind automatically shifted to trying to pick up a fighting and dark, right? Just to complete kind of that core fighting, dark, psychic complement each other offensively super well, right? And so we're looking at the fighting options, and we both kind of gravitated toward this one in particular. If you saw the video, I think in one of the weeks I got cooked up by this. Actually, no, I didn't get cooked up by this guy, but he was definitely a huge threat, and that's Sneasler. The 120 speed tier
Mm.
is great. Slots right between Mewtwo and Garchomp. Doesn't let anything, 130 run Adamant or Modest or anything like that crazy. Its defensive stats are awful, but it literally doesn't matter. Unburden and Poison Touch are both pretty solid abilities, right? And Burden's a really cool tech you'll see later on that can come on into play. And the move's crazy. Dire Claw as well is insane. I don't know if anyone's has seen that. 50% to sleep, poison, or paralyze. And so whenever you're switching in your check to Sneasler, even if you do hard counter big time, the chances of you getting poisoned or put to sleep is pretty enormous, and that'll rack up over time, right? Options to
By the way, this is before Poison Touch.
Yeah, this is before poison touch, right? And so we have, yeah, so it'll be like a million bajillion percent chance. Knowing us, we'll get it every
It's
single time.
I hope so. It's if I'm doing the math, it's like a 36% chance to poison, and like effectively we have like a two-third chance of getting a status,
Yeah,
if my math is correct. Yeah.
yeah, it is great. I mean, it even has like toxic spike option. This thing will be forcing switches, like, and you gotta respect the U-turn. You gotta respect, even if you have your defensive guy in, we can run taunt.
Switcheroo is so cool as well.
Switcheroo is really cool. Taunt is great for any stall type teams that want to try sit on us and break us down.
Hmm.
You know, tons of great options here.
I think it gets Sucker Punch. If I did I see Sucker Punch on this thing?
I feel like
I
it.
think I
I
saw
feel like
Sucker.
it
Right?
does. No, it doesn't. It gets. I think we
No.
get quick attack for sure.
Yeah, quick attack, fake out, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, this one is. See, we were legit contemplating getting this round two, because usually this one never lasts this long.
mhm.
So getting this round four was mental. We were so hyped. We were like, oh my god, this thing's reached us.
Yeah, and
Like
this.
we were.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we were really hyped, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And this synergizes pretty darn well with Zapdos, right? They can switch on and off the ground and the rock attacks, all that stuff. And like I was talking about earlier, this by itself will clear up a lot of room for Garchomp, and Garchomp doesn't need to be running SD and whatever, because Sneasler's way more like, it does one thing, but it does that one thing pretty darn well. And so yeah, super excited to use Sneasler.
Yeah,
And
one thing is, when you get a good fighting type, right? You want a really good flying check with that one, because flying types are really good offensive types. And the fact we have Zapdos, which is like one of the best flying checks, is like
mhm.
insane with this team. I think getting the Zapdos with the Sneasler is really, really good. And yeah.
Yep.
Is there any? Is there anything? Basically, I would say, and Sneasler is also better than Holucha, because it's faster and it's stronger. It's way stronger than Holucha, actually.
Yep.
Like Holucha is like what, 94, and this is 130, so that's a huge difference.
Totally agree. And
So
you can
yeah.
even run all the strats that you see Halucha run with, like, mental herb and whatever CC. You can just do that with Sneasler, right?
Yeah.
You have all of those options. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sick
Yeah,
sick
great
pick.
pick. So super happy about this pick. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Our next one. So we were like, okay, in Ubers, a lot of the Ubers are either psychic types or they're dragon types, right? And so we were discussing. Okay, we need a pretty good check to dragons. Like for example, so we were like, okay, do we want Clefable or something? But then we realized that Clefable stats are a bit too middling in Ubers, because it gets triggered by a lot of things, which is not ideal. Its stats are good enough for the regular format, but in Ubers its stats are a bit lacking. So we were like, okay, what other fairies can we get? And we got old reliable Sylveon,
All reliable.
which I'm again surprised lasted. I don't know how this one lasted as well, but yeah, this mon is very reliable. It has like what, 110 base special attack. Pixelate Hyper Voice is a nuke. Unless your name is Heatran, you're taking 10 million from that move, like legit.
Hmm.
Um, it's a premier Wishmon. It gets screens. It gets Baton Pass if you want to pivot. Really good pivot. Mystical Fire is great for its coverage as well, because a lot of times your answer will be steel types, and you can at least hit the steel types. Like Yawn, so much great utility on this mon. Like Heal Bell, like just a pretty nice toolbox mon. In case we wanna go that route. Also, Calm Mind sets are insane. Like if Calm Mind specs, they're easily viable in a matchup. If you don't have people don't have good fairy checks in their team, yeah,
Yeah. And we were lucky to get it because it was pretty much the last good fairy left, and we knew we wanted a pretty solid fairy, right, with our
yeah,
build. And so picking up, so because having something that can switch into suckers and not worry about like different move prediction because Mewtwo is gonna be like up in there. If they want to run a Scarf Dark type, like that can definitely happen. Scarf Ghost,
Yeah, no, like
Sylveon.
we just wanted a strong dark check, like
Yeah.
a really top tier dark check with this one, with the fairy. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Great. Keeps Garchomp alive as well, which is gonna be crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, simple pick. Next up was my mind. I think it was the
Oh, we got Empoleon.
okay,
We got
right. We
Empoleon.
did get
Yes.
Empoleon. And actually this is where we had a bit of a run in because there was a lot of places we could go from Sylveon. We were thinking about maybe splitting up our steel and water. I wanted Dondozo because Sylveon is liable to get set up on. At least when I play against Sylveon, I always just try to set up on it and usually it lets me win. And so we were looking for Dondozo. However, as long as we're not stupid, we shouldn't have too big of a problem letting Sylveon get set up on. And Empoleon will do its job, right? Empoleon
You know what's
also.
funny? We weren't getting Dondozo that round. That went like just before we got
Oh, did that
Empoleon.
actually? I don't remember. I don't know if.
I think that happened right in that round. I know Popio's team
Oh
got it. We
shoot.
were not getting Dondozo.
Okay,
I can guarantee you that much.
I
So
got you.
no, one yeah. So we were looking like what happened was we were looking at a lot of team comps, but we were like, ah shit, this we have no knockoff. Knockoff is like one of the best moves in the game because
Yep.
just being able to remove items so reliably is very invaluable, right? But so we were like, yeah, we wanted what we wanted defog, we wanted a good steel type, we wanted rocks, we wanted another viable rock setter because last thing we want is Garchomp clicking rocks every game. So yeah, I mean we got Empoleon on this. The one sad thing is like it's neutral to fire, but
Yep.
later you'll see we don't care about fires as much.
Mhm.
Later down the road, Scald. It even has a funny define sets. Like if someone's wants to click defog, we can just swap it in on that and get like a free attack boost.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a really good move pool as well. So yeah, anything else you wanna go over?
Adds to our hazard game, gives us another set of rocks
Yeah.
and defog, and I think like it's a Empoleon and Sylveon work pretty darn well together, right? Sylveon will be
Mm-hmm.
eating up the fighting attacks or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
Empoleon eats poison, and steel type attack. So it's pretty great. I like this. I like this pairing a lot. Sylveon to keep it
Yeah.
alive, etc. And so yeah, super
And
great.
the I think the one great thing we've done is none of our top six are um passive. Like Empoleon still has like what 110 special attack if I
Yeah, 111.
yeah, like it's still like yeah, it still has a decent special attack. So it will hurt with its scalds. Like your scalds, even if it's like defensive and all that stuff, the scalds will do like at least 25-30%. Yeah, I mean yeah, no, Jetfix is actually a set. No, this
Yeah,
honestly, even SD, I ran SD Aquajet before as well.
yeah,
It's a really
definitely,
good Aquajet user as well. Yeah.
definitely possible.
So yeah, it's got a really good move pool. Yeah, really good mod. So okay, we got Sylveon and Polion, and then after that, we were like, okay, so we got a really good fairy check, but we wanted more, right? We weren't done there because fairies are incredibly broken as typings, and getting good fairy checks can become pretty hard, especially because our poison is part fighting and frail as fuck. So we're like, well, you know, our poison is not going to be offensively. It will check it really good, but yeah, we're not switching defensively. So we got, I think, oh man, the best mod ever in Cerulege.
Sarah bro. All right,
Oh
let me
man.
talk about Sarah. Everybody knows how much I love Sarah after it saw me sweep in week 1. Me
Yeah.
and Sarah go way back, all the way to when I first saw him, which is not that long ago, but we go way back. Trust me. Sarah
Like,
is great.
you know what's the best part? Even we go way back. I think I'm like what 7-1 with it in like 3 games or something mental.
Yeah.
This one sets up so easily. Yeah. Let's start with its ability. So two great abilities: Flash Fire, Weak Armor. Weak Armor is so easy to set up with this one because a lot of mons like spamming U-turn. You just swap it into their U-turn user, and bam, you have like free +2 speed basically. Flash Fire is really nice to check a few really good mons. Like I used it once to check a Victini.
Hmm.
because I was gonna get cooked by that Victini. So I was like, "What's the chance that Victini is gonna have Shadow Ball?" And it was a pretty low chance. So I brought a very fat Ceruledge to check Victini. Yeah, we go through his moves. This guy has some crazy moves. Like close combat is amazing. Like fire and ghost. One of the biggest typing that walls him is like what, like Hydreigon, for example,
Yeah.
is a good answer. Tyranitar, right?
Hmm.
What's the one move those guys hate? They hate close combat. I feel this guy, like, for example, we have Chandelure, right? Chandelure is more special, but one thing it struggles with is it cannot break like Hydra unless you're like some weird toxic set. It will struggle against Hydra. This one doesn't care. It's faster. It'll hit hard, and if you go through its stats, like just put the stats. Like look at the stats. Like that's actually very respectable bulk. Like 75, 80, 100.
Hmm.
That bulk is really really good in my opinion, and it matters. Why? Because it has like one of the most, I would say, broken moves this gen in Bitter Blade.
Yeah.
Um, what, 90 base power fire move that heals 50% of the damage. Yeah. You This one does not need boots. You you can bring it banded. You can bring resist berries, whatever. This one, I think this is one thing I loved about this one is the fact you don't need boots with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Anything
sure.
else? This thing has a
Not
lot of
really.
potential. I'm just looking at its moves. It's got so much potential.
Oh yeah, and it can it's really great. Like I love Sarah Ledge a lot, and like you were saying with the bulk, it's not gonna be living forever, obviously, but it's got enough to pop off the weak armor pretty comfortably, right? It'll be taking a physical hit here or there, and it's not like we're
No.
not gonna be running
Yeah.
any defenses, right? We're gonna be cooking it up. Yeah,
Mm. It's got Shadow Sneak as well. Shadow Sneak is pretty strong.
yeah,
Like if you want to remove stuff, having grip priority, and you say that actually, if you, for example, invested bulkily but run Swords Dance plus Bitter Blade is like
yeah,
recover at that point basically because you're healing
yeah.
so much. I think in one of the games, my servage was like 30%, and I just healed to full while just eating hits. So, yeah, this one is amazing. I love this one so much. Having a lot of success with this one in another league, and hopefully it can do more over here.
Yep.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think after Cerulege, okay, yeah. Okay, this may sound like a weird pick, but this thing was absolutely necessary for our plan.
Yeah.
It was.
If
We
you
were
look at
like,
the
no,
team,
we can.
if you look at
Yeah,
the team, there's a problem, right? There's a sinister problem brewing in that we're a little weak to ground, and especially Edgequake. And even
yeah,
more so later on, you'll see like, whoa, we were kind of cooking in the lab. And so go ahead and tell them what we picked up.
yeah. So we were like, no, so I was looking at the tier list. I was like, shit, we don't have a normal. We need a good normal type because we want a ghost resist. We also want a good ground resist. So, and I was looking. I was like, wait, Arboliva is 3 points. Like what? Just for the record, I'm playing in EDC and it's like 8 points there. So like, whoa. So yeah, this one is. I've I'm I'm seeing it a lot recently, and the more I see it, the more I grow to love this mon. Let's go through its abilities, right? So first of all, what do we have? We have South Seed Sower. So whenever you're hit by any attack, I think it's either physical, special, whatever. It'll reset grassy terrain, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes back with our Sneasler strategy with Unburden. Just throw it in with the what's it called, terrain extender. Get like 8 turns of terrain, throw in Sneasler, and bam, that's your sweep right there. Harvest is also pretty sinister. I've seen this on Randbats, and this thing becomes almost impossible to kill with Harvest citrus berry sets.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Also, if you look at its stats, right, go through its stats. Like you do not expect this thing to have 125 freaking special attack. like, and even its bulk, right? What's 109? That is a very good bulk. Like
Yep.
you can take physical ground super well this with this mon. Um, yeah, just and if it moves, what does it have? So normal and grass, right? So we can get Giga Drain and Hyper Voice, right? But one big thing it has is Earth Power. So Steel types would be like one of its best checks, but nah, Steel types ain't safe. Like you can't throw in your Heatran versus this guy. This guy can just click Earth Power on the Heatran and your Heatran is dead. And yeah, it will hurt. I've seen life orb sets with this mon too. I
Yeah.
think this is a great life orb user. It has lead seed, so sub lead seed is great. Encore is awesome. D Gleam is, yeah, like if you want to check dragons with this mon, D Gleam is great too.
Sap Sipper.
Um,
Or not Sap Sipper. Shank
Sapsicle,
Sap. That's what I meant.
yeah, Strength Sap. Actually, Strength Sap is gonna be huge. You'll see why later down
Yeah.
the road. Yeah, that was very important when
Yeah.
we were looking at
We
it.
needed something that didn't need synthesis.
Yeah. Memento is cool actually. I just saw Memento.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
Right there.
Yeah, it's like so like that's so cool. Like you can just Memento and set up sweeps with this one. Like this one, I think people are slowly beginning to realize how much roll compression this mon has. It's
Yeah.
actually nuts.
Yeah. Wait till we put up
So yeah.
screens and Memento into our Sneasler.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of great screens that I saw Cerulege also get screens too, which is
Yeah.
pretty hype.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like screens into Memento is a great set with like
Mm-hmm.
Earth Power. So yeah.
It
Anything
does
else
have
you see?
it does have a little bit of negative synergy with Garchomp. However, because Seed Sower is an optional ability, if we don't need the grassy terrain, like say the opponent doesn't have like the goatest ground type of all time, and we can check it
Mm-hmm.
normally with this guy, like it's not a big deal, right? So that was another thing. We were
Mm-hmm.
thinking about like Thwacky, even Rillaboom early on, but it was just having the always needing to worry about the terrain. Whereas this is an optional, like, oh, we're a little weak to ground
It's
this week.
Yeah, it's also the pricing thing, right? Like if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
drafting like what I think like a 15-point Rillaboom, it feels stupid not to run grassy terrain on it, right? On
yeah,
this
yeah.
mon, you don't care as much, right? Because it's like a 3-point mon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um. Also, grassy terrain helps it a lot with this longevity as well. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped about this mon actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
the next
So we
one
were
is
like, this pick, I really hope this guy pops off. I've used it a lot, and I love this mon to death. So we were like, okay, what? Because we at the start we were like, we need a top ground dark type. We need something that can just eat ghost hits. We can bring it every freaking single game. We don't have to care about anything. Um, and yeah, we went with the best dark type in Mega Tyranitar.
wait, where'd he
Where's
go?
our
There he
boy?
is.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Oh man, like, okay, first of all, like Sandstream is great, right? That's why we needed not synthesis.
Yeah, that's how he did not
Yeah,
synthesis.
we needed not synthesis. But besides the point, right? This guy is what it was like 13 points. It's a great dark type, very easily bringable. Go through his stats. Like those are monstrous stats. 164 attack, 150 defense, 120 SPDF. You need like physical fighting moves to Oko this thing. This thing is not Oko very reliably, especially with Sandstream giving it like a 1.5 times SPDF boost.
Mm-hmm.
This mon can easily live hits. Like you can EV this mon to live any hit you want, and this mon will bring destruction on your opponent's team. It's since it's like a it's got a really important speed tier. 71 is actually a really good speed tier because
Yeah.
like with its moves, for example, it can run adamant a lot with its speed tier too, which is what I really like. So what does it get? It gets set up out the ass. It has a dragon dance. The go to dragon dance, you can, and because this one is so fat, you can easily get up 2 dragon dances on the switch. You
Yeah.
force the switch, get a dragon dance. Most likely use like you live the next hit, so you get up another dragon dance. Other things like heavy slam, foul play, high horsepower, which is huge with Garchomp if you want to run that.
Yep.
Um, crunch is really good. You know, crunch spamming is very free with Mega Tyranitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good special attack where it can actually use special moves. Trying to Fire Blast Mega Tyranitar to beat Tangrowth 1v1. Really
Yeah.
funny.
Tangrowth,
Um,
Skarmory, right? All of those guys.
All of those, yeah, no, they're not answers to Mega Tyranitar. It gets Iron Defense Body Press. There was this one game where my opponent had a Scrafty. I just ran Iron Defense Body Press Restock and I just 6 the guy right there because of T-Tar's bulk, he couldn't break me.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one is, yeah, it gets so fat. Stealth Rocks is huge, right? If you don't want Garchomp to run Stealth Rocks, you just put rocks, put dual stabs, you're done for the day. Like this one doesn't. The good thing is, like you have all these moves, but a lot of times it doesn't for move slot syndrome. Like
Yeah.
very rarely it would for move slot syndrome on this one. Also T wave and toxic, all those good moves. Yeah, I just the fact and it's very and just being very sturdy. I think this mon was a pretty sleeper mon. We were pretty confident it's gonna last till the end because I don't see it drafted a lot. But yeah, I'm seeing a few pretty good matchups with this guy in the regular season. Gonna need to be scared of Stone Miss, but I mean we can work around that.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like it definitely does the job. It gets the job done. Nothing really quite gets the job done like Tyranitar. And again, this
Hmm.
really opens up Garchomp, right? As Garchomp and Tyranitar are like these two monsters, but Tyranitar really does free up, leftovers on Garchomp, Hockey Helmet on
Yeah,
Garchomp, all that stuff. And this guy, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. I just call him Arbovia.
our believer, our
Arboliva?
believer.
I believe in
Yeah,
you. I believe in you too, bro. Moving
yeah,
forward, yeah, like this
yeah.
guy, it we have high horsepower, so it doesn't get cut in half by grassy terrain, right? It
Next
gives
one, you're our believer
our
on T-Tar, right?
yeah,
T-Tar, T-Tar. Yeah,
yeah,
there you
yeah,
go. Yeah.
and so yeah, super great, super
No,
good.
I think you're gonna love this mon. Like you were saying, like I've never used the mon, but you really wanted to try it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a huge Mega Tyranitar fan. If you want like a really that's the thing, right? If you're drafting Tyranitar, you're kind of like, yeah, I have 8 turns of sand. Might as well draft Excadrill with that sand, right?
mm-hmm.
Because it feels sort of incomplete without Excadrill. Like yeah, regular T-Tar can use items and all that stuff, but I feel Mega Tyranitar is very very slept upon. I think it can you can EV it however you want. You can live hits super easily with this one, and you can hit just as hard. Like Spadef Mega Tyranitar is a really good set. For example, I've used Fizdef a few times as well. So yeah, really good one. Yeah, pretty excited.
Yep.
Um, at this point, I think we've got everything right. We're like yeah, we got everything. We got extra points at this point. We're like well shit. What do we do with these points, right?
Pretty
We
much.
like yeah we wanted good like ground resist, but I couldn't find anything. We're like, I mean, if we can't resist ground, might as well freaking nuke them out of the stratosphere. We got Kartana. Um, oh yeah. And the more we looked at it, the more we realized, holy smokes, this guy actually fills so many roles.
Yeah,
The speed tier was huge because I think what was it? I think we were going like Sneasler to Garchomp.
yeah. Sneeze to the
Was a bit of
Garchomp.
a gap. Yeah, was a bit of a gap. Not that much to get worried about, but still there. But then this guy slots in right there.
Yep.
Um, this guy is like a really good scarfer. If we want to like, we were like, okay, yeah, we just want something scarf to revenge kill stuff. You just throw it in a cart.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Also got to knockoff, which we were lacking on this team, and this guy is like a top tier knockoff spammer as well.
Yep.
Pretty shallow move pool, but it has everything you want on this mon. Sacred Sword to kill steel types.
Yeah.
Leaf Blade, Smart Strike. That 181 attack will just kill everything out the gate. So yeah.
And
Is there anything?
again, right? Are
Yeah.
both like he sets up the seed sower for Kartana, right? And the screens, and I'm pretty sure we have. Did it get gassy? Oh no, it didn't.
No, it doesn't.
I
Or
swear
does
it.
it?
I swear
I
it
think
did.
it had it. I'm pretty sure it had it. No.
I thought it did for like 5 minutes, but I guess it doesn't
I.
anymore.
Oh no! It would have been broken last gen with Tapu Bulu then.
That's true. It would have been quite
Yeah.
unbelievable. But anyway, I have a lot to say about. Whoa, you good over there?
Yeah. No, it's
Okay,
my turn.
you're good. I have a lot to say about Kartana because if you're Orin, if you're watching this right now, you know I never play well against Kartana, and so the number one resource to not losing to Kartana is having him on your team. So it's a very great pick for us. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Like if for example, what are some of its answers like flying types, right? For example, Zapdos best answers. Guess who has a Zapdos over here?
Yep.
Just generally fat flying types or bug types are some of its best answers, but we have a freaking Mega Tyranitar and a Zapdos, so we're not scared of that stuff with this guy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, this guy can break super well. It can chip down like the fat flyings and all that stuff because it will invite those in, and can have like another one that can take advantage of those weakened flyings and all of those Kartana's answers. So yeah, Yeah, just solid man. I think this was a power play move getting Cartana. This this late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to say about Cart?
Not
I
really.
think we're
He putting the work in. He really
yeah.
is.
He's gonna yeah. The one thing I'm just sad about is it's like only a 6 week season. I wish it was like
Yeah,
7 weeks.
longer.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a week longer because I really want to like experiment with all these mounts. But it's fine. It's an off season, so
Yeah.
we just have to make playoffs, right?
Yes, sir. We'll get more
Yeah,
weeks
we just
that
have to
way.
play. Yeah, so we have got 2 points. We just looked at okay, what is like the best utility we can get in 2 points, and we got big ol' Ilumise. Ever have you ever used this one before?
I have. Yeah.
You have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
I've not used this one as much, so you can go over what it does.
Yeah. Super great mon. I mean, you guys. Most people know what it does. Prankster is a great ability. Um, Obviously, it gives us the option to help our guys set up really well. It does give us a not immunity, a ground resistance, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. Roost is great. Having priority Roost is awesome. Having priority Toxic is great. Priority Thunderwave, priority Tailwind, right? If we're ever
Priority
lacking in
encore.
anything, priority Encore, right? All those great like
Oh,
utility things.
yeah, that's actually huge because you were scared of getting set up on, right? So
Yeah,
we have like priority encore for that. So it's kind of like our Dondozo
yeah.
pick.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same, right? Um, priority Defog, priority Screens, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
great mon,
Exhaust
honestly.
is pretty cool too.
Yeah, U-turn gives us momentum. Wish, it also gets a wish, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
super solid mon, does a lot for 2 points, right? It's not going to be the
Yeah,
best mon on the team, but it's $2, so not that big of a deal.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's pretty. It's got a pretty nice speed tier as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can play around with the speed tier. Like for example, like let's say we're facing I don't know a really good ground type, you can just throw this into the ground type, and we're taking like almost no damage from them.
Mhm.
Also, a really good fighting check as well with the priority roost especially.
Yep.
So yeah, I think yeah, which that's it for our team. I think we did a good job drafted. I'm very happy how it ended up being in the end. I think
Yeah.
we got a lot of threats on one team.
Yep. For
I think
sure.
there, yeah. Anything else you want to say? What did you like of about our team? What anything we could have done better?
Um. There's always something a little bit better to get done, but I think this is pretty darn good. I mean, we're a little bit heavy on the physical attacking side, right? You got Sylvia and
Mm-hmm.
Zapdos and Mewtwo carrying that. But honestly,
I
if
mean, we have
if yeah, if Mewtwo is like not coming to every game, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't. I think we fucked up there. We
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
think
that.
I think that's a us problem, honestly. Um, but yeah, that's. I don't really have anything else to add.
Mm-hmm. Now we get to the best part of the video.
Yep.
We are gonna be nicknaming our guys.
Oh, did we talk about a team name?
Oh yeah, of course we are. Do you have the logo? Do you have the logo?
I'll find it. I can't say the name. I legally can't. I can't
Oh man,
do it. I can't do
yeah,
it.
it's um, I I mean,
Bro, you're
what
speaking in
happens? What
hieroglyphics over
happens if
here.
what happens if it rhymes with rack basically?
Wait, I gotta find it.
So we are the rack house basically.
Wait, what kind of house is that? That sounds worse.
Yeah,
Whoa.
no, that's why I said right. We are. It rhymes with rack basically.
I don't know if you guys can
So
see this. Oh no.
uh, I'm so happy with this. Yeah, we needed the Shaggy for this edit. The Shaggy was pretty awesome.
The Shaggy was
I
quite
re-
good.
I really hope this doesn't get down. I really hope so.
Don't
I
worry.
don't know if the algorithms are too
It's not. It won't know.
uh,
It's. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know.
so yeah, we have the Rack House as our team name. Super. I'm very proud of that logo.
Yeah. He
It took
spent
me a good 20 minutes to edit it.
20 whole minutes.
Yeah. I Let's go with the nickname. So what do we go for Mewtwo?
I don't know. You want to alternate picking?
Yeah, that's fine.
You can pick. You can pick the
I'll start.
Mewtwo.
Okay, so because this guy is like the absolute unit, I just want to call it Absolution. ABSO. Lution. Just the absolute monster that it is. Like the complete absolute mon. I think it sounded cool, just show people we mean business with this mon, right?
Yeah, we're getting down to business
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Sneasler,
Uh,
I don't know. I like. I don't know what to name
You
this
can
guy.
name Garchomp because technically Sneasel was like our fourth pick.
Oh, you're right. That's right. Oh, that's right. I'll move it back to
Yeah,
the beginning.
I can do Sneasel for
Okay,
example. Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do that.
You
I'll
can do
do that one.
Garchomp.
Garchomp. I name. Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
No, I'm not too big into anime, but
Okay.
we can go with that. Sure.
I usually name it Toji. If you know, you know.
I
If
I
you know, you know.
I name my Garchomp Cyclic Earthquake.
It'll make sense
Yeah.
if you know, you'll know. Or get it.
Uh oh, you didn't want to name Sneasler, right? So you can just put Sneasler here, and I can name. You can
Oh,
take Zapdos, and I can take Sneasler, for
okay,
example.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sneasler. Um, Something like can't touch this or something.
Wait,
Uh,
wait.
I think it's too long. I don't know if
Is
it
it
will
too
allow
long?
it.
Can't touch me? Or can't touch this?
Yeah. I think that should work. Yeah. That's so
Okay.
good, right?
That'll good. That's
This is so good, right?
yeah, I like that. I like that. Imagine getting murked by a Sleezler and it just says I can't touch this above it. That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
I
I,
like that name. Zapdos is hard, I feel like, because you just name it something cringe like Zeus, right? Like, you can't name it
oh, if you want to take Zillium, one of my favorite names is called Beam Blitzer. As
Bean
its name,
Blitzer?
Beam
Oh, wait.
Beam Blitzer, Blitzer, or Bolt Blitzer, one of them. I usually name
I
them
like
that.
Bean Blitzer.
Yeah,
It's like a whole title. Sylveon, since you've
or
allowed
you can
me,
name it Blitzkrieg or something. That's a pretty cool name too. Yeah,
no,
gone with Sylveon.
since you've allowed me, I will name
Mhm.
it. You've seen Kaon, right?
No, I get right. I haven't
Oh
seen
no,
any
that's
anime.
right. All right, I'm naming it Yui.
Uh-huh. Usually I see Sylveon's named. Oh my God, what's that girl's name? Keep forgetting. Fujiwara something. Fuck. What was her first name?
Oh, Chica.
Chika Fujiwara.
Yeah, Chica
Yeah.
Fujiwara. That's a good name too.
Yeah.
I like Yui better though.
Yeah. Yeah. No worries. No worries. Do you want to go with the penguin, or
Oh
you want to
my,
go with the
have you?
Sylveon?
Okay, wait. Did you watch Shady Penguin at all?
Yeah, of course. Of
Okay,
course.
okay. I'll name it Shady.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, who
Okay,
hasn't watched Shady?
I love Shady. Do you take the
Mm-hmm.
Cerulege?
Cerulege. It's he looks like um one of those metallic bands, right? You have one of those posters in metallic bands, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know if you're into metal. Are you into metal?
I don't like dislike the genre, but I don't listen
Ah,
to it
okay.
regularly.
I'm not too much into metal as well, so I thought if you were into anything, that could be a pretty
Oh,
cool
like
name.
I know Metallica, obviously, but like
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not real enough of a fan.
Oh, we could go generic and call it. Oh, no. We'll call it rock. We could name it like rock paper. Get it?
Oh, like that, or just like rock paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, scissors.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I do that a lot with my scissors as well. But yeah.
Rock paper scissors. That's good. I
And
like
see, the
that.
thing is, the best part is we have a paper as well.
Yeah, we do have a paper.
We have a paper.
Oh wait, dude. Oh wait.
Go,
No,
go, 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 go,
no.
go.
I got it. We named this scissor. We named Tyranitar rock, and we named Kartana paper.
Oh my
Right,
God!
right, right.
Yes.
I got it. Rock.
This is beautiful. I love this. Oh
Oh my gosh,
my
I can't
God.
spell scissors. I spell it like the Pokemon.
Scizor. Yeah.
I spell it like the Pokemon too easily. Yeah,
Yeah.
rock, paper, and scissors.
This is
The greatest team of all time, perhaps.
Do you want to like change the spelling or something to be a bit more edgy, or do you want to just keep it simple? Like just get owned by a
Rocks.
territory called Rock,
um. Uh.
like RAWCK or something. I don't know.
Rock.
RAWK Rock.
R.
RAWK.
Rocks. Uh.
PAY.
Pay.
PR.
Paper.
PR. No, no,
Oh,
no. No
PR.
E. No E. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Sizz.
Yeah. No, with the Z. With the Z.
Oh, with the Z. With the Z.
SCIZAR. No, no.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I
that
know what you mean. I
also
know
works.
what you mean. I know
Yeah,
what you mean. Scissor.
that also worked too. Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, I love this. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, we have rock, paper, and scissor. That was the stroke of genius. If you're
Yeah, I
watching this
know.
50 minutes in, I want you to go down in the comments and type rock, paper, scissors, just like how
Yeah.
it's spelled here.
Man, imagine getting destroyed by a teacher called Rock.
Yeah. What a horrible
Uh,
state to be in.
oh man. Arboliva, you can take like Arboliva.
No, I feel bad.
And
I named these two technically. So you take this one.
Arboliva, what could it be? Thinking of like I've watched every anime like every kid has watched like
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff. So I've watched stuff like that. So
Let's see. This is a tough one, folks. This is a tough one.
yeah. It's based on olives, right? So
I think so.
yeah. So what can we name
Wait,
it?
are there
We
any
can
opponents we could name this after?
uh
Like potential, like
nah, I
not
can't
really.
think of any. Nah. We can come back to this in a bit. Can we go to Illumise?
Yeah. Do you have a name for this guy?
Yeah. We can call it what is called? Oh my god. What's this called? Oh my god. Damn, it was in my head, but it just slipped.
Don't worry.
Man. What the
We're
hell?
good. We're good.
Yeah, you can name this one. Yeah.
No,
I
because
can just take
if
it.
you have a good name in the back of your like mind,
I can't. It's not. It's not coming out. Something. I wanted to do something with just like Um. Oh my god. So see, it's based off a Firefly, right?
yeah.
Why don't we just name it? Could name it something like Silver Light or something. I don't know. That's cringe though.
It's a little cringe. We could name it Nightlight.
Yeah.
Nightlight. Nightlight.
Yeah. Easy.
Not bad.
Right?
Not bad. The rock
Yeah.
paper scissors goes so hard. It just does. It just goes so hard,
Uh,
man.
it's beautiful. Am I doing the Arboliva or you're doing the Arboliva?
We could leave this one to like the comments, perhaps,
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
can't
that
figure it
could
out.
work. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do that.
Best comment, we'll
Mhm.
decide. If you leave a comment like with a name for this guy, we'll name it
Uh-huh.
that. As long as it's not something like really dumb, like
Yeah.
that's like we can't put in the showdown thing. But yeah, I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm so excited to play. I think some of my best memories have come with on duo seasons. I've had some crazy stuff happen. Let's just say.
Nice.
I legit once, not gonna lie, I've played a 1.5, I think 1 hour 40-minute game on a duo season.
Oh yeah, that sounds like
Yeah,
fun.
that it was like a semi-final quarter or a semi-final game. Like it took long, like because everyone is thinking so hard, right? Like they
Yeah.
like there were points we were making decisions like every 5-6 minutes or something. Both sides were just making decisions. So yeah,
It'll make
I'm
the
really
live
looking
com
forward.
way better too. The live com
Oh
will be so
yeah,
funny.
just the reactions.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be killer. So yeah, I think that's it really.
Yeah.
Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
That's it. That's the sign off.